What is up, my special bean brothers and sisters? We are back at it again, once again with another figure review. This time we got the exciting endeavor right here in the house from My Hero Academia, from amazing Yamaguchi, almost butchered that up, amazing Yamaguchi Revoltech. The boy has finally made it through the number second hero, actually not number two, I would say maybe the number one hero right after Allmight. But enough talking about him, let's get him out of the package and let's get started. Okay guys, here we finally have my boy Endeavor out of the box and onto the rotating stand. There's a lot going on with him. My boy is looking fresh and down to the drip where the fire comes out of his back, all the way to his eyebrows, in front of his forehead, and down to his beard. My dude should be the new Flame Hashira. Nah, JK, rest in peace to my boy Rengoku, who really did it. So anyways, to continue on, my boy looks really good, just like he does in the anime as well in the manga. The flame parts, I thought were going to be a little tricky to kind of put on him, especially in the back, but it's just very intricate. Not really a crazy design on how to put them on, but I loved how the flame parts right here that connect into the back are very hollow. I thought maybe with what he's got going on in behind him would have maybe kind of made him top heavy and suffer from the same thing that we get from SH Figure Arts, like with Super Saiyan 3 Goku. But no, my dude can stand up just like he should. I've always wanted something like where the companies, instead of making it like wherever they have long hair and it kind of is part of the headpiece and it kind of just goes towards the back. I always kind of wish that they did it to where it was hollow, and they finally did it with this. So I'm glad that they kind of did that. Two different companies, two different styles, all very, very good though. Still, let's see, my boy Endeavor, he just looks, he looks really good. I even got the backdrop right here just to showcase what comes in the box. The box itself is very unique, as Yamaguchi does continue to do. They have their own style and have their own, I wouldn't say their own artwork, but this is their own iteration and stab at my boy Endeavor, the number two. Well, actually, isn't he the new number one hero right now? I'm still stuck in like season 4. It just got kind of, I like My Hero Academia for what it was, like as far as like the heroes and all that stuff, but, and the villains of course, but sometimes, man, that the anime can get too goofy, man. You know, like there are times where I'm just like, yo, okay, you know, there's like in, I think season 4 or 5, it's like, okay, plot every other episode and then goofy stuff in the middle. Like there's just a lot of filler stuff. Now the fights themselves, when they just have everybody involved, that is dope. That is dope. But for me, I think the hype kind of died down for me when Endeavor ended up fighting that Nomu, and then he did the whole what's it called, prominence burn. I was like, okay, and then after that, for me, it just kind of slowed down. I don't know. And I've never really watched any of the movies, so yeah, never really watched any of the movies. Okay, let's go. We have a lot to talk about with this dude, so let's get into the articulation. So first things first, we're going to start from head to toe like we always do. So he's going to be able to look up that much from his headpiece only, not his neck. With his neck, you're probably able to get a little range in motion right there, but you can see that his neck is only able to go about that far down, and his head, he doesn't really look down because of the beard that's right here, his flame beard. It doesn't really allow him to kind of really look down like that, unless you kind of, there you go, unless you kind of tuck the beard in. But then again, he just looks like he's just looking at you menacingly. So with that being said, let's move on to the back piece. Back piece is very interesting. There's a lot kind of going on, but you have these individual pieces that are on pegs that you can plug them in how you see fit. Excuse me. So it comes with 4. So you have one right here, one right here, one right here, and one right here. And you're able to peg them in these different places. As you can see, you got one right there above the hip, one right there next to his gluteus maximus, and then these other pieces right here are just mainly for the other effect pieces. And then what's cool about these is that you can take these off. I don't know if you can kind of see the hole. You can see the hole right here. You can take these off and put these together, so you can create like him, like having like flame wings if you wanted to. So that's really cool. And then let me see. I don't think there's any other place that you can put them at. But yeah, they move well. They move well, just like they're supposed to. Like I said, they're hollow. And yeah, they do exactly what they need to do. They go up and down, and then they swivel all the way around. So a lot going on in the back. As far as these flame pieces right here, and you can take all of these out and just have him with just a flame piece in the back, but you can't take these other extra flame pieces off right here. These are part of the figure, so you can't take that flame piece off. You cannot take this flame piece off. You could take this flame piece off, but it's kind of like part of the figure, so this kind of swivels up and down, so that's nice right there. As far as his shoulder pads, they're on an individual like motion right there, as you can see. This is very standard with what we get from amazing Yamaguchi. So let me put him a little bit back. You will kind of find some hindrance right there because of the armor, so he can still do all the crazy poses that you want him or need to do. You just kind of have to maneuver. Look, my dude can do it. So right here, cut right there at the bicep, we have double jointed elbows, but they work only about 90, and then wrist swivel all the way around. That's nice. And then you have this piece right here that kind of cuts, so that way you can kind of move the figure as much as you want to. And then right here, moving on to the abdomen, he has a top and bottom piece. So the top, you're going to get about, your top piece is going to give you pretty much all the range of motion. Look, my dude does the ab crunches, and he's still beefy and meaty, and he's ready for anything. Okay, now moving on down to the bottom piece. Let's see, the bottom piece right here next to the hip, he can go side to side. Yep, no problem. And let's see how far down he can get before I start using that top piece. Look, yep, he can get pretty far down. Let me see. He can get pretty far down before I start using that top piece. So you're going to be able, like if my dude wanted to, he could sit. Look, that's how good this is. I swear, when it comes to amazing Yamaguchi, a lot of the times, I'm not going to say that they don't miss, because sometimes they do. Deadpool version 2.0. Let's see, what else do I got? I think, let me see. I mean, Deadpool version 2.0, and then I can't think of the other amazing. What's his name? Todoroki, his son, Todoroki. That to me was kind of a miss. I had a lot of things kind of wrong with it QC wise, but the design of it was what it was supposed to be. So I'll just say that. Okay, moving on down to the hips, you're able to, let's see, pick up his foot about like this much before you start to feel like maybe some hindrance right here from the belt. But if you needed to, of course, you can manipulate it right here at the hip, and you can get pretty, let's let's see, pretty good range of motion. But yeah, that's as much as you're gonna get. Bends right here at the knee, as well as this part right below the knee, so you can get him in some nice action poses. Some foot action down at the bottom. Let's see. Yeah, foot action down at the bottom, and then it goes up just like that. And then toe articulation, which this is a little stiff, but still, toe articulation. And that's going to be it for the articulation for my boy Endeavor. Let's just move on to the accessories. Let's keep it moving. Okay, first things first, we're going to start with the head pieces, because I like to start from head to toe. Let me just lower this down just a bit before I get all the way into it. There we go. So with Endeavor, we're going to have this piece right here, which looks really, really nice. Oops, come on. Right here, as you can see, he just has his teeth gritting. His eyes are mad. The good thing about this is, like, you can take off this piece and put an optional piece in there, which he comes with, let's see, 1 2 3 4 extra pieces. So let's showcase that. So he'll have one that's kind of like looking down. I think I might use this for the teeth gritting one that has like no eyes, and then he has the other two which are kind of looking off to the side. One's on the one on top is looking to his left, the one on the bottom is looking to his right. And then we have his other face sculpt right here. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer. And he's just kind of like battle damage. His eye just got shut right there, and my boy is leaking. Todoroki, help your dad out. Come on, quit playing. And then last but not least, we have him with his eyes kind of just like all Brolified right here. My boy's copying Broly, no eyes, but he's not a Saiyan. Okay. So, and then he has his mouth open. And you can interchange all these pieces right here onto his head. So I'll put this one right here. You'll see. Nothing too crazy, but that's how it's done. Put that back. Okay, moving on. Who else we got? I should say, what else? Before I move on to the effect pieces, let's do his hands. My boy has, I guess I'll start with the fists. So my dude has these fists right here, and they're used, I guess, for when he's in maybe an action pose and he's about to give you the business with his prominence burn, or maybe using his quirk. So that's that, like a flame shading piece. These don't really look all that good. I probably won't pose them with this. I mean, I get what they're trying, what it's supposed to be, but they just kind of look dusty, like they get, like it was just spray painted. I don't know. I don't like these. These don't look good in my opinion. Moving on down to his other pair of hands. He has two pairs of hands, so that way he can hold his phone. And as you can see, my boy got the green, so he's got the Android. Forget an iPhone. My dude don't need an iPhone. All the real heroes are really rocking the galaxies, man. Come on, quit playing. So anyways, he has two hands for that. He has an extra hand to, I guess, to kind of like point. Let's see. So the other two hands were to hold the phone, and I guess this one was to kind of point and click. So he does have that. And then you get two kind of clenched hands right here for when he's feeling the burn. Come on now. And then the two fisted hands that he already comes with. Move it on down to, let's see. Oh, the effect pieces. So with the effect pieces right here, I mean, they did it again. Amazing Yamaguchi. Revoltech has done it again, and they have given us a lot of playability when it comes to these effect pieces. As you can see, you have the little small peg right here, and it can go all around like Endeavor. You see, you got a hole right here. He has the holes in the back. He has the holes on the bottom, and you could just like put these like all around them, like however you want, and it's just going to just look really good. So with that being said, all of these are very, let me see, like interchangeable. Like you won't have a hard time putting these together. So you'll be able to put this together and then have it on anywhere around him, like his fist. And yep, that looks good. And you come with, let's see, so this is one, and then you come with another one like DJ Khaled, and another one. So that's two. Let's see, three, and dang, my boy comes with four, which is 8 pieces of these individually, but it's 4 once you kind of hook them up. So my dude comes with 4. So he comes 4 of those, and then you get these other effect pieces, which are kind of, I think they're kind of used for when he blasts. The other effect piece that I showed was kind of used more for maybe like the outside of the blast. This is kind of like the inside of the blast, if I can connect it. Well, anyways, these are 2, how they look individually. I already have one connected, and this is how it looks like when it's connected. So essentially it would be like this. That's how it would be. That's how it would look like. Just like this. Dope. So you would put this piece on first, right? You would put this piece on the back of his wrist, because he has 2 holes. He has one right here and one right there. So you'll have this put in first and then this put in second. So that way it'll make it look like he's doing a blast. And you come with 4 of these too. 8 individual pieces, but you just come with 4 of them. Dang, they really outdid it, like with the effect pieces, I'm telling you. And then the last things you get are, you know, just normal things, like as far as the base stand right here. Nothing too crazy. I hate the end piece of this base stand. I like to, you know, just take it off and only really use that, because that's just like garbage. It's garbage. Next, I'll show you this right here, which are extra kind of peg pieces that you can use for replacement parts. We get more replacement parts for the small pegs, and then we get more replacement parts for, I guess, like his initial joints. I think maybe the bigger joints, like the shoulder joints, or maybe his legs. But yeah, you get a pair of these. And that is all the accessories for my boy Endeavor. I'm gonna put my dude in a fire pose with as much accessories as I can put on him, and then I'll give my final thoughts on my dude with the burn. Let's get it. Okay guys, here is my boy Endeavor with as much accessories as I can put on him. And I ended up putting all these special effect flame pieces on him. As you can see, he has the parts in the back, and I flared out the flame parts that attach to his back into like this wing type flame deal, I guess. And then I put the other accessories on his feet as well as his hands. Now, I will say I'm not a big fan of when these special effects from Amazing Yamaguchi, like when it's time to kind of put them on, because they do kind of get a little cumbersome and tedious. It's just having to put one on, snap them on. This thing literally took me like maybe 20 minutes to put all the effect pieces on him. And I know myself, I'm most likely going to leave him in this pose. I'm not really going to mess with it all too much. Although, you know, Endeavor is like one of my favorite heroes, quote unquote, in the series of My Hero Academia. I hope they kind of give him, I hope that Amazing Yamaguchi actually ends up doing a updated version of him. But this suit is what really just kind of stands out. You remember him from the first season, second season, third and fourth season when he does the Prominence Burn. So my final thoughts on this guy is, if you guys don't already have him, I suggest you go out and get him. He is a little bit pricey, probably. I know he's more than $100. Maybe he might, if you find him on Big Bad Toy Store, he might you know, even be up to like 140 or 150. I don't know. All I know is I remember when I got him, he was already kind of pricey to begin with, but he is one of the meatier, beefier figures that we get from the My Hero Academia line. All Might, the only thing we got was him and some little special effects. He doesn't really come with much, but him, he has more or less the same build as All Might, just a little bit, I would say just a little bit shorter. And yeah, he comes with all these special effects that you see on here, and he is a definite cop for me. Alright guys, that's going to wrap this video up on Endeavor. Let me know in the comment section below if he's going to be a pass or grab. Major Piccolo salute to everybody supporting the channel since day one. And like I've said, the channel is lazy, but the movement ain't. Open for blinds tonight.